Boom.
But if the
There we
cat
go.
gets-
Hey.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right. So, sorry about that. My mic was not selected in the OBS, and my players couldn't tell because they could hear me fine. I was
Take it
just
from the
saying, this
top.
is Shadows of Archonia. We have ongoing campaigns on Friday in the other room, and on Monday nights like tonight, we have this remote game called Tales from the Backlog, where we try out all sorts of tabletop role-playing games in short 1 to 3 session adventures. This is a one-off of Bad Actor. This is GM Chris's game. Well, his scenario and sort of rules hack, I suppose, of Index Card RPG by Runehammer. That's why it is the only thing in full color on the screen right now. I had it sort of desaturated to match the vibe of the rest of the screen, but it was like, that's not what the book looks like. So this is what the book looks like. You can get it if you get the... what's this edition called? The Ultimate Edition or something?
Master Edition.
The Master Edition, yeah. This is the one I have, but it's not in the room with me. Anyway, we're going to be playing Index Card RPG tonight. Next week, Max is running Beyond for another one-shot. Following that, we just today scheduled 3 sessions of Dungeon World run by Misery, who's in the chat right now. Hello, Misery. Hello, Matt, also in the chat. Metropolis, okay? Whatever you say, bud. If you like what I'm talking about, you can come join our Discord. There's a link below the video in the description. We all hang out in there all the time. We talk about games, movies, TV shows, games, books, games, and video games. If you really like what I'm talking about, you can join our Patreon, where for as little as $1 a month, you gain access to our 15-minute pregame shows that we record right before every time we go live. Today, we got to hear about Max's cat and various other things of interest from Max's house. Yeah, so one last thing I'm going to throw into the announcements here before we go live, or before we get into the game. Yeah, hey, Lentil. Is Crit. This is an upcoming event. As you can see right there, it says Community Run Infinite Tabletop. I've been plugging it on the stream a lot lately. And yes, you're welcome. Thank you, Chris, for organizing and running this thing along with your friends. I'm plugging it because I'm running games at it. 3 of them, in fact. As you can see there, it runs June 20th to 28th this month. And there are games running around the clock. There are GMs in all time zones and from all walks of life. So whenever it is that you are available, you can probably find a game to fit your desires. Here, I'm going to start back at this one. This is the one I'm running on Monday, June 22nd. This is called Easy D6 Wizard Fight, and a mere 2 days ago, Chris and I were discussing whether or not to cancel it because it had no signups. But today, there are 2 players, and there's room for 3 more. So if anyone wants to join us in this scenario full of magical mishaps, please do so. I'd love to run it for you. I'm not going to talk too long, but then on Tuesday we have Dungeon Crawl Classics, The Scum of Thalasia. This is another scenario like Wizard Fight, which I wrote. This is a prequel to our upcoming Shadows of Archonia Campaign 3. So what I'm going to be doing with my in-person crew starting at the end of this year, this is all in that same setting in the city of Thalasia, which I'm literally still creating right now. But if you join this game, you get to play in the setting before my on-stream players do, except for Max, who already joined this game. Yeah. And the last one on Wednesday is Beneath the Black. This is another one I created. Ran it last year. Everyone died. It was a blast. It uses the Merkborg system, but takes place in, again, my world of Archonia, but during the 100 Years Black era, which is when there was no light in the sky of any kind, no sun or moon or stars. And so, as you might imagine, fuel to burn is also running low after a short time. And it's pretty hard to live, especially when there's monsters surrounding your village. So please sign up for one or more of these games, and if you don't like any of mine, pick one of the 87 others. Is that about right, Chris?
That's correct.
Yeah. How many are you running?
I am running 12. A variety of ICRPG scenarios, one Star Trek Adventures scenario, and including a rendition of Bad Actor that you folks are watching tonight. And I will mention that there's still a couple of seats open for that. It's session number 65 at Crit, if you follow the links that are included. And it's going to be Monday the 23rd in the evening. And even if you happen to watch and follow our adventure tonight, you will not actually spoil yourself. It's a unique feature of this scenario that every time a group plays, it's different.
Outstanding. Well, with that, I will hand it over to you, sir.
All right. Well, thank you all, and thank you to the folks who are watching. Appreciate everybody. I'm excited to be able to bring this to the internet for the first time on Shadows of Archonia, and always appreciate the ability and the opportunity to game with everybody here. Bad Actor is a historical or fictionalized history scenario that I wrote that is a little bit different in nature. It is billed as a Jazz Age tale of revenge and retribution. Even more than that, it is a perseverance challenge. It puts yourself in it puts the characters in, or the players rather, in the shoes of regular Joes from 100 years ago, and each of them has suffered a tragic loss and has been wronged. And as it turns out, the bad actor is the head of the city council in Seattle of 1929, and it is your job to find peace and justice to each of you. This is, as I said, I wrote it so it's very simple. It's actually a scenario that's available for free at the link that's on the screen. It is just a page back and front, so it is easy to pick up, but it's endlessly replayable, as I said. So I welcome anybody to get a copy of it at any point and see what they think of it. And I always like to be able to hear from the folks who've played through it. But before I go any further, I'm going to go ahead and let Steve run our trailers and our disclaimers, and then we'll get back and we will get right into the setting and the action for Bad Actor, Triumph Over Tragedy.
Here we go.
Our game presentation of Bad Actor is an emergent and collaborative work of fiction. While a degree of historical accuracy is sought by the game master for verisimilitude during play, all incidents and dialogue, and all characters, with the exception of some known historical figures, are products of imagination, and they are not to be construed as real. Where real-life historical figures appear, the situations, incidents, and dialogues concerning those persons, as well as any attributes ascribed to them, are entirely fictional and are not intended to depict actual facts or events or to change the entirely fictional nature of the narrative in our presentation. In all other respects, any resemblance to actual persons living or dead, events, or locales is entirely coincidental. We respect and appreciate all the lives our presentation touches upon in any manner as we tell our story.
We're back.
We're back.
Right.
Additionally, I will say, as I said, this is very much an open sandbox, and so the story is going to go where we players and participants take it. This is Shadows of Archonia, so as long as I'm here, there's going to be some cussing. It may address themes of assault, betrayal, criminal activity, death and dying, graphic violence, grief and loss, harassment, homicide, intentional physical and or reputational harm, revenge, self-harm, sexual situations, and possibly spiders. So please stand forewarned, viewers.
Dark.
No snakes.
All right.
Thank God. I'm so worried.
So let us, Steve, if you would turn it over. Let me go to our next frame here and get the VTT popped up. There we go. Welcome to Seattle in 1929. And thing to remember, it's the first week in January the 7th, I believe. A Monday is when our events will begin. Our story will begin to unfold. For those of you who don't realize it, Seattle was really still the Wild West in those days. There's a tremendous amount of grift and corruption and lawlessness, and it made it a very exciting place to be charitable, but still a very hard place to be a regular person making your way. It was also an isolated hub of tremendous cosmopolitan culture for where it is in the country. So that brought with it its own, it made it a very unique place to eke out a living. And I am pleased to introduce that we have these 4 wonderful characters that these fine folks have put together for us, all from different walks of life. But all will soon find that they are, in point of fact, united by fate and circumstance, with tragic loss, and with somebody in power who's callous about it, who is really to blame, the titular bad actor. If I call up this newspaper article, the Seattle Post-Intelligencer, today, Monday the 7th of January, it's scattered clouds and light rain like it is every day in Seattle, regardless of time of year. High temperatures around 50 and a low of 40 with light winds. Each of these characters will have access to picking up this morning newspaper. And in addition to a story about some amazing record-breaking feats of technical expertise by the Army Air Corps, I call your attention to screen left to a story that each of you immediately catches wind of. City Council incumbents hold on to poll leads in straw vote as March elections approach. Seattle, the latest ad hoc polling results by our Post-Intelligencer staff show that the 3 incumbent candidates currently running for Seattle City Council are enjoying large leads among registered voters over the field of potential challengers in a race to select at-large members, which concludes when votes are finally cast and counted on March 12th. That's about 10 weeks away. Council President Matthew Wiley remains the most vulnerable, currently polling in 3rd place behind veteran Councilman E.L. Blaine and William Campbell. The story goes on. But those names will begin to become important because, in point of fact, over the next month and a half, there will be elections coming due. And if I can pop back there, here we are in downtown Seattle in Pioneer Square area, just south of the heart of downtown. But actually, again, I call your attention to the first month in the scenario, Monday, March the 7th. I'm sorry, Monday, January the 7th, as we introduce our characters. Steve, could you go ahead and tell us the story of Officer Everett Mueller of the Seattle Police Department?
Yeah. Everett is a beat cop. He patrols the International District, and that is not a district with a lot of money behind it, or at least not behind the people who live in it. So as a result, it tends to get... Whoop, hey, what's going on there? We're back? Okay. Quick fix. All right. So as a result, it tends to get a little violent at times. But by and large, the people just need a little help. And Everett's job as a police officer, while he does pride himself on his sort of burly, bruiserish nature and capabilities, he also prides himself on not using that for violence unless he feels it's quite necessary. He often can calm down a situation just by entering it. Because when a large man is calm, you want to keep him that way. So that's Everett's, by and large, on his own job. But his brother, William, had broader plans within the police department. William was the kind of cop who has a pencil in a desk instead of a gun in a club. And he was on track to become a captain. While trying, with the help of a third-party investigator, to expose the widespread bootlegging and other corruption in the department. They had come to me for certain testimonies, but I spend so little time at the precinct. I'm always out on my beat. I didn't have too much to say. It was really William's thing. The timing of Wiley's last election seemed to coincide with Williams' seemingly surefire bid for the captaincy going down in flames. An unknown police sergeant from a different district was promoted past several ranks to become the captain in Williams' place. And one of his first actions was to drum up charges against William, send him out of the department and into jail, where just recently he was murdered. I was put on suspension for mentioning it too many times, so I'm not at work today.
You are not at work today, so we do have a serious loss that and definitely more than needs to be learned and understood about that situation, without a doubt. Calling attention to this city map, your beat is right between those two red thumbtacks in this area right here, south of Yesler Way.
Cool.
Just south of downtown, and up here by this top thumbtack, if I can get it to behave and ping for me, there we go, is actually where Everett lives, at the Rialto Court Apartments on the less well-heeled end of Capitol Hill, which is the second highest point in the city of Seattle, but he lives at these apartments here on Boylston Street. As you have the day off, give us just a quick vignette into your morning as you read the newspaper, see that story, and think about the loss of your brother.
I'm thinking about how it's always been nagging in the back of my mind. This situation with William getting drummed out of the department began a couple years ago with Wiley's last election, and I'm not sure that he had anything to do with it. I just know his name has been heard around the police department, and that it has been mentioned in contexts that make me not want to listen. And then shortly after he gets elected, some guy who seems to be a friend of his takes my brother's seat. And now, a little while later, my brother has died in jail.
That's right.
I know.
In an unusual, so just to add to that story, this would have been 3 years ago that Wiley came to the city council. He is an attorney. He's been involved in many things for many years. He is also a businessman. No one can seem to figure out exactly which enterprises he is wielding and dealing in at any one time, and whether or not there are potential conflicts of interest. But in the city of Seattle in 2029 or in 2026, when this all went down with your brother 3 years ago, when Wiley first came to the city council and was quickly voted council president in an unusual move for somebody who's a first-timer. All of this happened at the same time. It leaves you with a bad taste in your mouth. You know that there are a lot of cops on the take in the SCD.
Sure.
There are definitely some good ones like yourself, and you tend to know kind of who those are. Your lieutenant above you, probably a good guy. Captain above him, maybe not so much. The chief, almost certainly not. You know that there's a lot of orders that get passed quietly between City Hall and the public safety building where police headquarters is. So all of that is weighing on you this morning as you consider the ramifications of this new news.
Yes. I think Everett, despite being a police officer and a believer in the necessity of that profession, is also aware that in any police department, in any place and time, the question is not, are they corrupt, but how corrupt are they? And he wants the answer here to be less than it was yesterday.
Outstanding. Working to drag things in the right direction and every day. Very admirable. So he's got the day off. What's his first plan? Let's leave it there. Tell me.
Everett's plan today, I think he's gonna go find a buddy of his from the police force, someone from his own precinct who is also off duty today, and see if he can get any information out of him about this new guy that took William's spot and what exactly the connection is between this captain that came out of nowhere and Matthew Wiley.
Okay. All right. Very good. Fantastic, Steve. Thank you very much. Let us go to our next player. And Sarah, would you tell us, please, about a very promising lady reporter who works for the Seattle Post-Intelligencer, in which you just read that newspaper story?
I sure did. I knew that my byline was going to be on the front page this morning, but that was a surprise what was on the other side. Winifred Harris, winner to her friends, has been with the Seattle Post-Intelligencer since she graduated from UW down the road. She writes under her own name in the ladies section of the paper, mostly fashion, some light society people, gal about town, modern, very modern stuff, how to trim your hat and adjust your frock for the latest fashions. Being the niece of a prominent Seattle businessman recently deceased, she has the connections to pull off that kind of society reporting. But what people outside of the paper are not aware of is that Winner is writing under a second byline for the paper. As C.C. Hafner, she is writing on business and labor. And she's taken quite an interest in how the economic side of the city has been working, especially since what recently happened to her family. After her uncle's death, Matthew Wiley began, well, somebody, she later found out who, began picking at the edges of his business empire. And he came after Winter's father, Ford Harris, who was running what had been her uncle's warehouse interests downtown. After a rather suspicious fire at exactly the worst time, and the ensuing legal fallout, Winter's father was, as they say, ruined. So Winter's got a bit of a bone to pick and a grudge to follow here. And she's been getting a little more radicalized every day.
All right. Well, that certainly makes sense. And it is absolutely the case that there was suspicious activity that led to some arson. The loss of your father's warehouses and suspicion.
And there he goes.
Oh no!
I'm the GM now. Right.
All right, what's happening next, new Chris?
All right. So after, so that's right. It was arson. Warehouses were stuffed to the brim with key items. Here, I'll tell you exactly what it was.
Is anyone else hot, or is that just the suit and tie talking?
I think it's just a suit and tie.
All right.
I wore my summer hat, even though it's January.
Steve, if I could have done, or if I did a whole suit for an episode during one of the hottest days of the season, I think you can do it also.
But that didn't happen.
It did happen.
If that had happened, you would have gotten 100 coins about it.
And I did.
What?
Yeah.
What kind of nonsense is this?
Watch campaign 2.
All right. I can tell you what, I'll share what Chris sent me.
Sure.
So Ford Harris was making a decent run at having the warehouse investments pay off in a highly competitive sector of the city industry. And he paid his workers a fair wage. So he was working on extremely narrow margins by collecting many, many small-time contracts and carefully executing inventory receipts and just-in-time delivery. There's one thing my dad taught me, it's how to be precise. Business partners of Wiley had thrown a few lowball buyout offers his way, but my dad always said nope. He had the know-how and the nerve to pull off what he was trying to do in this city. But on the eve of a very significant outgoing shipment with 2 of the warehouses full to the rafters with high-value merchandise, both of the facilities on piers along Railroad Avenue, different piers, were engulfed in flames, representing a very public total loss. The insurers cried arson. Harris rightly argued that he was the victim of a crime, but strangely, the proof was never found, and the inability to provide confirmation of the complete inventory manifest against his claimed losses embroiled him in a lengthy court battle with an embarrassing implication that it was he himself who had set the fires. After months of trial, my father finally received partial compensation and was able to repay his clients. But with the 2 biggest warehouses now reduced to rubble and hefty legal bills, he was also unable to secure insurance since no other carriers were willing to step in to pick up the pieces. So he's forced to lay off his employees, liquidate, and make an undesirable quick sale of the burned down properties for cash. That real estate broker quickly flipped the waterfront land to a newly formed shell company co-owned by Wiley and his pals. And the council rezoned the area for entertainment use.
Well, that's a blast.
Knows it. I have been doing the reporting for months to track all of this down behind the scenes. Oh, perfect timing.
Maybe there's a GM who's not AWOL here. There we go.
No.
Apologies.
No, it's Max.
I'm the GM now.
Yeah, everybody said yeah. Now
Save us all.
Cindy has the power. There it is, right there.
Chris, I went ahead and read all the background you sent me. The paragraphs about what happened to Ford Harris's warehouses.
Thank you so much.
And just added in that Winter's been on the trail for months and has mostly pieced it together. But suspicions, hunches, whispers in the dark, no solid proof yet.
Outstanding. I will also point out that where Winter lives would be here in the north half of the city, just west of the south tip of Lake Union, down here by this lower red thumbtack there, at the base of Queen Anne Hill. That's kind of where her family neighborhood lives, just at the top of the Queen Anne counterbalance, and she lives in the Delamar Apartments. She's got a lovely corner flat on the top floor with a peekaboo view of the Olympic mountain range. As you read that this morning, can you tell me what comes across your mind, and what is your first act of the day?
Well, my first thought is, well, that's going to put a crimp. I was looking forward to framing my first front page story, and to see Matthew Wiley's name on the same front page is, I suppose, not entirely surprising, but certainly disappointing. My second thought is I should track down. It's time to get involved in politics. And I'm going to head into the paper to get the inside scoop on this here poll. What are people saying? Because statistics are one thing, but there's one thing I've learned in a few years of building up my labor and economics chops. Statistics are one thing. The real story, though, is what people are saying behind those numbers.
Absolutely.
I want to know what people are talking about. And I want to know what the political team, the city desk, is hearing. So I'm heading into work.
All right. So your destination would then be
The Seattle Post-Intelligencer headquarters.
Which is our nighttime view of it, but located down at 6th Avenue and Pine Street. So that's kind of in the heart of downtown corridor there. And you will be on your way very soon. It's easy to get there, just a block or two walk and a quick trolley ride as you head out to catch one. Just for fun, please give me a roll of that skull die at the bottom of the stack, and let's see how that does.
The wrong thing.
There we go. That's exactly what you want. An easy, uneventful ride as one pops there just 2 blocks away from your house. There's a seat there for you, and you're on the way to get the scoop, get the real scoop on this story. That's fantastic.
That's right. Plus, I think I owe the Beecher about 500 words on winter stockings, so I should probably get that done on the way in.
Also particularly helpful. The third character that I would love to hear from and introduce tonight, Max, can you tell us, please, about Evie?
Yeah. Sitting, having woken up very, very early, sitting in the darkness, you see Evie is looking at a suitcase by the door, thinking, I'm gonna leave this time. California is speaking to her heart, and she just wants out, especially after her brother was killed she feels like there's nothing. Evie was born Evelyn Vale. She grew up on the wealthier end of life, and was always the shadow of her brother, the more good-looking one, having been captain of the football team. He just was. He was a star, and he was kind, and it inspired Evie all the way into her life when, she didn't get to become a writer. That was never her interest. It was her friend's interest, and it is what it is. She liked singing. Oh man, she wants to be a musical star, but life just keeps closing doors and it just feels impossible. So she works as an elevator operator now, and it does not make ends meet. Even now.
She does not, but she does try to set herself up for success.
Mm-hmm.
She does work at the Olympic Hotel. Again, in heart of downtown is what is known as the Metropolitan Tract. It's a 6-block area that was originally owned by the University of Washington before it moved across the ship canal. And it is where the well-heeled do business and come stay and have accommodations and events. And all the society people that Winter writes about get married here. And this is where she works as part of the staff running the elevators. Additionally, she is coming from the furthest south in this location here. This thumbtack right there is stuck in the edge of the International District in Seattle. That is the Kong Yik building. In the Hotel Niagara. The Hotel Niagara is low rent and stable, but it's nice, and it's where all the hepcats and things are happening in this neighborhood. And that is very attractive to a girl of her upbringing who wants to see how the real world lives. There's always a lot of excitement. She can sing in her apartment at any time of day or night, and tries to wear some earplugs when she goes to sleep, because it can be a wild part of town. Fortunately, just below her corner apartment there on the second floor is this Chinese drugstore, and they have the best headache powder that you can possibly get. You have used it on many, many occasions, and maybe you need it this morning, maybe you don't as you head off to work. You tell me.
Work has been her escape for the last few weeks. She knows she probably needs to go and visit her family. She makes a mental note to visit them after work, if only because preparations for her brother's funeral is set to take place, and she feels responsible in more ways than one, and she needs to be there for them. So, with a heavy heart and a half-written song for her brother in her pocket, she goes out, seeks out the tram, sits solemnly as it goes into the heart of downtown.
You're up early enough today that if you wish, you could easily walk the mile it takes to get up to the Olympic Hotel and still make your shift. But if you want to catch a trolley, you can do that too. It's your call. Actually,
yes, I am going to take a walk. I'm going to visit the folks downstairs and wish them a good morning. She knows that Dustin volunteered for them every now and again, and just asks if there's anything that she can do before she heads off to work, something small. She says it very timidly, if only because she just fears doing anything nice after the events that took place with her brother.
Of course. That's understandable. There is a gentleman who runs it. His name is Mr. Yan. You know him well. And he's always, he keeps his distance, but he's always very gracious and accommodating to your needs when you come in. Go ahead and just give me a charisma roll to start this off. And see, target is 10. So, you got all kinds of charm.
Am I rolling a
D20?
D20, okay.
Yeah.
+3,
Plus-
which is
+3 puts you easy on there in that bonus. No problem at all. He says he's got things well in hand. He again offers the condolences. Yours is a fairly recent loss, and it has come through some nefarious action, and you may feel perhaps some responsibility for your brother. How has that come about, and how are you facing that challenge as you try to move on?
She's taken less gigs at the speakeasies for various reasons. She wants to keep a low profile, especially after finding out the connection with Sweetwater and Morelli, and she feels very uncomfortable. There's a late notice on for her apartment that she knows that getting a job at one of the speakeasies, or doing a job for one of the speakeasies, might help her out, but she's just uncomfortable. She's in shock, and especially because it was her fault. She's shaken up, and she's holding on to that guilt.
Okay.
Yeah, she's holding on to that guilt.
Fair enough. Give me a wisdom roll as you exit the drugstore this morning and start heading up the street.
Wisdom is 5.
You do not see the Duesenberg until it is quite a ways upon you. This is a humble part of town for such a fancy car. But you definitely do recognize the driver, who gives you a long look as he kind of starts it up. You hear the roar of the powerful engine, and this beautiful black car comes by. It certainly catches your notice, and this is Sweetwater.
Yeah, I fix my dress, hold myself up so I'm not slouching, and kind of clutch my bag a little tighter, and just, I suppose, just stand there, just frozen.
It sends a bit of a chill your way as he just really takes his eyes off the rose and daggers at you for a long time as the car finally pulls away and you are able to begin your journey north. Now, it so happens that this is Everett's day off, but normally we would be looking at you venturing from where you live here straight up through his beat, not too far from the police headquarters there on Yesler Way, and headed just a little further here to the Olympic Hotel, which would be on the north half here. Just really at the very, very bottom, kind of on the border between those two. It's just a 1 mile, about 10 blocks, give or take as you make that. But you are contemplating that. You are feeling the responsibility for the loss of your brother. You are feeling a desire to find justice for his loss of life. And you are also trying to be mindful of taking care of yourself and getting to work, and still dealing with these people who you have some bad blood with. There's a lot going on for you as you're walking, but you have time to think about it as the rain is very light. Let us go almost as far north as we can go. Cindy, we have a hardworking nurse who lives in the far reaches of North Seattle, almost right to the city limits up in Bitter Lake. And her name is Jane Abbott. Could you tell us about Jane, please?
Yeah. Well, like you said, Jane Abbott is a nurse. She works at Foss Home, which is a home for the wealthier of the sickly and the elderly of Seattle's populace. And I don't know why my mind just went blank. She purchased that house after, of course, getting that job with a little bit of savings from that job and from the savings that her mother had. So combining those pools of money together, she was able to purchase that house. And her beloved little car, Ruby, that she just adores. And she works a lot. She volunteers, and she goes to council meetings. She rarely has time for social downtime any longer because of those things. She's determined. She's a determined person.
And of course, Jane's loss was the loss of her mother, an elderly woman who fell victim to the ravages of a tuberculosis infection. But very specifically, can you tell us just in brief what happened with your mother? She was in a sanitarium just at the just across the county line there, just on the other side of the city limits.
Right. So she lived in my home until she became sick. And of course, I took care of her until I couldn't any longer. And she went to Furland, which is the name of the facility, because, of course, we couldn't afford any place like where I work. But strangely, she was released, in my opinion, far too early, but and then died 11 days later. But she wasn't the only one to have been released early like that. There were many patients that were released early like that. And when I asked questions and to try to find out what was going on, I was given roundabout answers or just plain shut down. But I was able to kind of gather just by reading the paper and keeping my eyes and ears open, because Mr. Wiley had purchased that same expansion property wards that those people had been living in Furland. He had purchased that property not
That's
long
correct.
after. And And
there was a 5-4 council vote that Wiley cast the deciding vote on that caused the expansion areas of the sanitarium to be sold off. That required a change in the criteria for staying. Your mother,
Yeah.
while still quite sick, was deemed well enough to go on her own recognizance. She died 11 days later, and you knew a number of her, patients who were there at the same time, and you have done some digging since. 4 of them have also died in that short amount of time. It's
right.
very painful to find out that very callous political funding decision had a real human cost. And the man who made the choice and made the final call was Wiley himself.
Indeed. And it's my goal to figure out how to get someone on that council to hear me out and get the direction of that changed, get outreach brought back in, get money put back in to healthcare, especially for those who can't afford it.
Outstanding. As Jane reads that newspaper article today, this is the Foss home where she works. Is she headed to work today, or does she have something else to do?
I was thinking she's probably already at work. Nurses work strange hours. She's probably about 3/4 of the way through her shift.
Where she is the superintendent of nurses, so there's a staff of about a dozen nurses who work with her here. And you have been putting them through their paces and doing your job. Oops, I just doubled up on nurses when I didn't mean to. There we go. Got one too many of that lady.
She's twins.
There is one particularly frail older lady who has not been doing so well. But the overnight shift, the blonde lady in the middle, who is your most junior nurse there, has been keeping an eye on her over. She too is going to be almost done with this shift here, coming up in a little bit of time. Is suffering. She calls you because the patient is suffering from some difficulty breathing. She's a bit under the weather and she's having some issues. You come in and see that her pulse is thready, her breathing, not everything that you would like to see in this poor old lady. And you are quick to run to try to aid this more junior nurse in trying to stabilize this patient before you have to call the doctors and do something very serious. Can you put that nursing work that you have and just give me an easy intelligence roll and see if things are going to escalate or stabilize?
Sure. Ooh.
That is easy. That's on the money even before your intelligence bonus. So yes, you say, move out of the way, lady. You explain to her, what is her name? Tell me.
We'll call her Carol.
Carol, watch what I'm doing. And she says, I'm sorry, Nurse Abbott. She's assisting you as well as she can. She's still new on the job. She's only recently minted her RN. And hasn't had all the rotations and experience that you have at a variety of things. But you get the patient care bit ironed out, and she's going to be more on it. Very well done. She's getting the additional help of the other nurses who are going to be on duty as the two of you end your shift. Is there anything that you tell her before you go on to your next destination? And can you tell us, please, what that next destination is going to be?
Yeah. What's her demeanor?
Very deferential and feeling a little sorry for herself.
Okay. I'll tell her something like, buck up there, we've all been new, and just keep at your studies and keep watching. Those of us who have been here, you know all of these things that you need to know. You just need the practice. Don't give in to doubt.
I will definitely try harder. Thank you so much. I appreciate the mentoring. And as you can tell, I still need it. I just am glad you are here. I'll go home. I'll get some rest. I'll be back for evening shift, and I'll be on it.
Of course you will.
Excellent work. Jane, you've read that paper article today. This has put the whole loss of your mother, and you read the line about Wiley polling in third place currently, just enough to score one of the 3 seats. But the primary election is coming up. He's definitely, that would be at the end of February, still, 7 weeks away. There's ample time for him to go up or down in those polls. And you do not want to see him reelected, especially not as council president. What's on your mind?
I think the first thing that probably popped into my mind when I read the article was something that my mother used to say was, "Third's the turd. Let's keep him there."
Outstanding. As you decide where you're headed after work, let's take a look at these guys really quickly. So these are the 3 incumbents. These are the 3 gentlemen who are already on the city council who are running for re-election. The way that things are organized, every 3 years, a third of the council has to re-up. It's a citywide, these are all at-large positions. They're not by neighborhood or district. So the entire city votes for them. There's a primary election that's going to be at the end of February. And then 2 weeks later, precisely, there is the general election where the top vote getters get to vie. So right now, there are actually 7 people in the race. These 3 incumbents at a total of 4 challengers. There's a dark horse named Griffiths, who is unlikely to mount a serious challenge to these 3 incumbents. But first, we have William Campbell. William Campbell claims to be progressive, pro-growth, pro-education. He definitely likes investing in the city, but he's also one of the wealthiest men on the city council. Of the 9, far more wealthy than the mayor. He's probably number 2, kind of head-to-head for 2 and 3, probably just ahead of Wiley himself. There is a gentleman named E.L. Blaine who is very wealthy from very, very, lots of real estate, lots of investment, old money, who is not running. This guy does like to invest in the city, but he is pro-business and he is about making money. He cannot be bought. He is simply too rich and too powerful. Whether he can be influenced is another question. Whether he can have his heartstrings tugged is another question. The gentleman in the middle, John Carroll, says he respects the law and looks out for the common man. He happens to be a Louisiana transplant, not really a carpetbagger in Seattle, but he's been there for long enough. But he is a swing vote on the council. He is a wheeler and dealer. He has a certain Southern shrewd acumen for political alliance and can go either way on a variety of issues, and yet somehow manages to get and stay on the city council. So that's him. He may not be completely matching his description. He may not be above being influenced or bribed, or otherwise he's a pragmatist, I would say. And then we have the man himself, Matthew Wiley. It says, re-elect a can-do man for Seattle. Your city council president has things to get done and a city to run. Wiley's out for himself. He is currently the third vote getter here in coming into the polls for the primary at the end of February. Then we've got these three challengers. The one that stands the best chance to catch up to Wiley is a guy named Frank Laub, university professor, an educator who is pro-education. He has worked in a variety of industries. He may be a genuinely good soul in all of these goings on. Probably out of the corruption circles that run rampant at City Hall. In the middle is Robert Harland. He has a long history in Seattle as a labor organizer. Definitely the man of the people that some others claim Harlan probably is. In a city where the power and the money backs big business, it's going to be a hard election for him, but he's given it his best. And then the outside man in sixth place here is James Giacomo Scavotto. Giacomo Scavotto is also truly somebody who has got fingers in a lot of pies. He has an attorney, if I'm not mistaken. He is a person who has made a lot of alliances. Various factions and industries do like him. Workers like him. Disenfranchised communities, like immigrant communities, like him. He could do very well or very poorly in the next several weeks. These are the ones from going to your city council meetings and open fora these are the names that you have heard. These are the ones that are referenced in that newspaper article as you are moving forward. So my question to Jane is, where are you going to go this morning now that it's mid-morning and your shift is done at Foss?
Well, today she was looking forward to truly a day off and was going to spend time washing her ruby red car, or it's actually a deep red, but her name is Ruby.
Just a little downtime, just taking care of things at home and trying to decide what happens next. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think instead, though, she's going to go to maybe a local like coffee shop or diner or whatever, and maybe just kind of try to think of what to do. She's kind of out of sorts now. This newspaper article kind of threw her off. Normally she's just right on track. Everything is like clockwork or like a train track, and this kind of threw her.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Well, I will tell you that where she lives in Bitter Lake is not particularly far, still in the north half of the city. If she travels through a couple of neighborhoods to the west, so she is here. And if she travels down this way on what is now Highway 99 and comes down to the Green Lake neighborhood here, There is a cafe that she particularly likes to frequent that's by the water, which is on this stretch here as she's driving by. But her destination is actually this building on the end after she has her cup of coffee, because the cafe is right next to it. That's the Green Lake branch of the Seattle Public Library, where, of course, they have records and periodicals and some additional information for her to have access to if she deems it necessary. So that could turn out to be particularly useful for her.
Yeah, and that's probably where she'll finally decide to end up, because she needs to find. She feels like she needs more information and more connections. She needs to connect the dots more, and she doesn't really know who else to speak to about her.
She does have one person on the city council that she has corresponded with and spoken to on multiple occasions. Yeah. The man's name is Otto Case. He's been there for more than one term on the city council. He is definitely about municipal investment in the city, but he is also about fiscal responsibility and public responsibility. Public health is big for Case. And that's somebody that you know that you can probably reach out to if you begin to have more information about how to change things. What does worry you at this point is the fact that even in third place, Wiley could coast right back into the position where he is, and he's more than likely, if he is elected, to be re-voted back to continue on as city council president, and that does not sit well with you.
Exactly.
If I could please, thank you for that. I appreciate that, Cindy. Steve, let us take a time jump. Could you roll a D8, please?
You got it. As we do that, quick clarification about the election. That whole pool of candidates are all running for the same 3 available seats, and just whoever
votes. That is correct.
Whichever and 3 get the top votes
all
get
of those,
the seats.
Yes, they do. So what happens is this: if as long as all 6 of those are in the top 6, 1, very good. As all of those 6 continue to stay in the top 6, they will pass the primary and they will go to the general election.
Copy that. Thank you. Got a 1.
You got a 1. Okay, that's super fine. So as we go here, we haven't actually passed that much time. A week has gone by for each of you. It's the 14th here in January. The polls are still showing that those incumbents are pulling away from those 3 challengers as we go to the news. And let's go back to Everett. Everett, you've got work today. This is the public safety building at 400 Yesler. This is where there are offices where the district attorney is. There's more than a few cop cars lined up here on Terrace. But right here in front, if we go around that building, is kind of the front of police headquarters. This is where you're going to start your day today as we go to a target 11. Can you tell me, please, what your interaction is like? Tell me what the news is. Tell me what has happened over the last week. What do you want to have accomplished over that last week as you are scheduled to head out on your beat today?
Well, I think since I am indeed back on the job today, I probably didn't ruffle feathers too hard with my various questions. I started with people who were my friends. I probably found out a little bit more about the connection between this guy who got my brother sent to jail and Matthew Wiley. And I think I probably found out that nobody in the department likes this new captain. And and he's probably on his way out anyway, just because he's unpopular within the department. But it seems like while he's there, he's just sort of been doing Wiley's bidding. It seems to be an open secret, I think, within the police that certain members of the force belong to certain politicians, and this guy is Wiley's guy. So I think I at this point, what I've accomplished is I'm now certain that Wiley took actions that got my brother killed.
That makes perfect sense. I definitely like that. I tend to agree. Let us make this gentleman right here the captain in question. Let us call him Captain Archer.
Okay.
So no feathers ruffling, but yeah, you got a little bit of skinny. Go ahead and just give me an intelligence roll against a target 11, and let's find out exactly how much you've been able to know by asking the right questions. Oh, a lot. So
Everett's feeling smart today.
You learned that the scuttlebutt is, all of this is strictly rumor, but it's rumor taken on good authority, that Wiley is definitely a silent partner in bed with the rum runners. You definitely know that the city council is basically divided into wet council members and dry council members. It's prohibition here. Yeah, the alcohol service is illegal, and importing and moving it through is a federal crime. Nevertheless, from the top down, you are discouraged as a beat cop from raiding places and or generally giving people a hard time about their liquor. And in point of fact, there are certain places that are absolutely verboten. And you think Wiley is definitely making money from the liquor trade that is here. There is an enforcer who worked at some point for the rum runners, who found his way on the wrong side of the law, of course, got caught, managed to get to prison, and that's the guy who killed your brother. The very faction of the rum runners that Wiley is thought to be a silent partner in was the guy that this guy worked for, or was the faction that this guy worked for. So if you didn't like the way that tasted at first, you definitely don't like the way it tasted after you've been doing your investigations this week.
Yeah. And, I know that is the very form of corruption that my brother was primarily investigating, was the bootlegging, the rum running, because the cops were involved with it too. At least a good number of them.
Not that long ago, just a matter of years ago, a lieutenant in your department who you knew well, whose name was Roy Olmsted, was drummed out of the force, kicked off the force, and he did not go to jail. He managed to slip out of things, but everybody knows for a fact that he is probably the king of booze in this town. He works at a Smith Tower, which is only a block or two away from where you are located. If we look at where you are, City Hall is just behind here at the Public Safety Building. Smith Tower is this skyscraper, 42 stories tall here, or at least if you count all the sub-levels, is actually only 38 levels. And in that very building on the 11th floor are attorneys who are in bed with Olmsted and ostensibly Wiley himself. All of this has been news that you are now privy to, and you're not liking it.
Not at all. I don't like that this guy got off scot-free while my brother, who was trying to bring him in, went to jail for what he did.
As you start your beat, that very thing is exactly what is bothering you. And if we go back here, you can see that you are headed in Yesler Way here, headed down into this area right here.
No pin.
This would put you at 2nd in Washington. And if I have something pretty to look at there, this is kind of the tenderloin of Seattle. You know, this is where you have petty crime and fencing and prostitution and drugs and booze, you name it, it's all here. Could you give me a wisdom roll this morning and see what you see as you're walking the beat?
That's a 7 flat.
Okay, no problem. It's a quiet morning for you as you start that beat. So we will pause on that as we go to Winter. Winter, you spent the last week doing a lot of research in the newsroom. Who did you talk to? And what did you want to find out? And let's find out how that happened.
Okay. So I think that I know who, kind of oversees these straw polling things. That's going to be, let's call him David Levy. It's his baby. He's been on the city desk for ages and ages. And so I have been buttering him up, trying to get him to, for, an occasion such as this, where I'm asking to see, what are people really saying? Show me, I know you're taking notes. I know you're not just, your reporters aren't just out there making, checking boxes. What are people saying? And that's the question is what have I heard? What are some comments that people have made to the newspaper staff as we're contacting people, taking polls? What are the quotes that the city desk is kind of already looking into in terms of politics? What are the stories that are bubbling under the surface that David and his team are chasing down? Can I make a roll for that? Or
yeah, you absolutely can. And that's going to be an easy roll for you because A, you have the prodigious might of all of your newsroom resources there. The guy you're talking to cross-check information with, he likes you. You can use your choice of any mental stat. So intelligence, wisdom, or charisma against an 11.
Absolutely, charisma. And so what am I rolling? A D20?
Yes, please.
Okay. My legendary charisma has failed me.
You were so charming, and I said this guy's already predisposed to you and stuff like that. And you asked all the right questions, but he was completely distracted by that little bit of spinach that was stuck on your front tooth from the canapes that you had this morning before you came into the office. And
he's not picking up what I'm trying to put down here.
He's still going to help you out. It's just going to take a little time. He's like, you're asking all the right questions. This election is pretty hinky. There's a lot of things that are going on. There's a lot to be covered. Let me get back to you on that. I will try to touch base with you by the end of the week and see what we can find out. And I will do that.
Thanks, Dave. You're my favorite. Alrighty.
Your next move.
My next move? I am... follow the money is always a good one. I'm going to have to say, let's see if... let me think. Because there's got to be. I'm going to walk by because see what construction's going on at the place that my dad's warehouses used to be.
No problem.
Yeah.
That is not far from where you are. It's a stroll. If we take it.
Stroll, yes.
If we head here, you would be just onto the south, just south of this area right here. In the center is kind of where 6th and Pine is, just at the bottom of Lake Union, just off the map there. You would be walking up 6th Avenue, coming over here on Mercer and headed toward the waterfront, the piers. The area here, if we look at it here, would be Railroad Avenue. And Railroad Avenue... That's not Railroad Avenue. Is...
That's the West Spokane Street Bridge. I'd know it anywhere as long as I had a lake.
Also, yes, you would, wouldn't you? Also not. Where did I put that?
Sale district. You can't trick me.
Is located. Oh, terrible. Where did I hide that? I deleted one thing and everything's out of line. Hold on, here we go.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. So bad. Well, no doubt. Oh my goodness. I am the worst GM. Okay. Well, here we go. The tide flats are along that to the south, right? This is kind of the newly developed area. So we are walking all the way up along that waterfront to these areas. I wonder if I could do it the hard way. The hard way really quick. Here we go. I really had this great picture of Railroad Avenue, and now I just wanted to drop it in here. It's going to make it as hard as possible.
Hey,
there we
you
go. Thank you. All right. So this is basically this is just paved in planks, right? This is right up against the waterfront there, where all the piers are, the longshore, the working men, loading, unloading, moving things around. It is right along here that your dad owned several warehouses. On the fated night in question, when he was about to ship out some high-value goods, 2 of them burned down.
Yep.
That's ridiculous.
In different locations too, not side by side.
Exactly so, on different piers. This basically put him, the loss of those buildings, which was clearly hinky, put him into financial ruin and disrepute. But it's interesting that the police investigation never really got anywhere. He was suspected, but not charged.
No.
There was no firm evidence to really tell a lot about, but you don't feel like the cops really did their due diligence, and you wonder why that might be. So if you have a potential lead in wanting to get closer to understanding what the seeds are and where there is linked to the corruption at City Hall, that might be the next thing that you need to do. Maybe you need to find a friend in the police department. It is also the case that when those properties changed hands, when your father had to leave, when he was then put into ruin, a new entertainment venue, a dance hall, opened up. Was built within 6 months after that fire in the place where your father's main warehouse once stood. Wiley is believed a silent partner.
I want to walk by and check out that dance hall that's being built. How close are they to finishing it? Is it up already? Is it for business?
I would say that it is up but not open. And I will yeah, go ahead, please.
No, you go.
I was going to say, I will let you begin to investigate. Is there any particular angle that you want to as I go to Evie and see what she is finding out at the Olympic Hotel?
I'm going to walk up and rap on see if anybody's home at this here dance hall, and just rap on the door. Hello? Seattle Post-Intelligence, sir.
The lights are dark. The shades are drawn. You give the door a rattle in the frame, and it just kind of jiggles. You don't know if they only try to staff this place at night when things start to pop off. It looks like it is. Now, did you want to try to find your way inside?
Yes, absolutely. I walk around to the side entrance and knock again. And
still silent. You are in an alleyway that's kind of a little bit obscured from view from the avenue.
Time for the good old-fashioned lockpicking kit.
Outstanding. Against a target 11,
Okay.
Could you please give me an easy roll? So you only got to hit an 8 on a modified dexterity roll.
Okay. And this is one of my skills. And it is with a... Wow, why am I rolling terribly tonight? Okay, so it's a 4, but I have a 2 dex. I have 2 in tools, if I'm allowed. Do I add those as bonus?
You do not, but you can spend some luck. You currently have a luck of... Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I was going to say lockpicking is one of my strengths. Do I get any bonuses for that?
That's what made it the easy roll.
Ah, got it. Okay. Yeah, so I'll spend a luck.
You can, if you spend 2 points of luck and go from 6 to 4, you're good to go. The lock is picked and you're able to get inside.
Sure.
You're able to find that there are already some records. There's no business that's been conducted yet, but there are some records that relate to ownership and finances and stuff like that, and you're able to go through that. We're going to resolve what you find at the end of the round as we go to Evie, because you're inside that building snooping around. Pretty cool.
Yep.
All right, fantastic. Evie, it's Olympic Hotel time.
Yes.
You've been working, is it mid-afternoon, let's say? You've been working since mid-morning. What have you sought, heard, tried to do? And tell me what has happened to you in the last week since you encountered Sweetwater.
Yeah. Since encountering Sweetwater, my family and I have had the funeral for my brother. While there, they mentioned that an old family friend business was set on fire, and they mentioned my old friend Winfred while there. I also got word that my brother was either working for the cops or was connected with the cops in some way that was that he mentioned offhand. Didn't go into any real information on there, but that definitely has sparked an interest in what my brother was doing and what he was trying to find out. I'm pretty smart in that I can pick up a lot more of the pieces and draw connections with it. I think while at the hotel, I'm trying to listen to more of the wealthy elites to see if there was a section of the cops that weren't being bought off by Wiley and Sweetwater. So I'm just trying to gain information because I think it's time to talk to Winfred and convince her to write by another name and have this information be leaked to the press to draw or to lower Wiley's public image.
Outstanding. All right. That works. You are working the elevator, coming down from one of the top floors. This couple gets into your elevator. You give a polite nod. And they're arguing about something. And it's a long way down from the top floors where you are as you're working the elevator, and you're pretending that you are not paying attention as you're going there. But of course, you're always paying attention, and you keep your eyes and ears open. Could you give me an easy wisdom roll?
Okie dokes. I do have cognitive psych. I don't know if this might...
That's what makes it easy.
Beautiful. Okay. That is a 9.
That is enough. Outstanding. What you are able to hear is that, first of all, you've seen this lady before. You've seen her on more than one occasion, and many of the staff does. You may even place the gentleman. Go ahead and give me one more not so easy wisdom roll, just a regular normal roll to hit a target 11. There we go.
19 sound.
Yeah.
21.
Yeah. That gentleman, you haven't caught his name, but you believe him to be a procurer of entertainment for well-heeled gentlemen, and that lady works for him in a sex capacity. He is specifically mentioned in the fact that she is got to be, she wants to have some time off, and he's not giving it to her. And she has been specifically requested by a Mr. Wiley for an appointment that apparently is going to be upcoming and last overnight.
Are they saying
is the name that you hear?
One more time?
Beulah.
Beulah?
Correct.
Do they say like the location and the time, or no?
Well, it just so happens that you do know exactly where Wiley does, because you deal with rich people all the time. He's even come to attend events at the hotel. And kind of everybody knows where he lives. So if the Seattle skyline looks more or less like this, and this is the Fry Hotel, and this is City Hall, and this is the Smith Tower skyscraper here in all of its elegance, which is situated just down on 2nd Avenue. Wiley lives there. More specifically, he lives there.
Of course he does.
Okay, I'm gonna try something. I smile politely. The awkwardness of the heated argument leading me to kind of let the tension by saying, I'm so sorry. I hate to intrude.
Give me a normal charisma roll before you go any further.
Yeah.
What is it, Toots?
15 total.
What is it, Toots?
I just wanted to say that my other employment, I work as at a jazz bar for Mr. Sweetwater, and we are holding a special event at 2nd and King Street in about a week. I don't know if you would be so inclined to come, someone of your station. What I'm trying to do, and I don't know if these people would know that Sweetwater Water and Wiley are connected, but I want to try to convince this meeting to happen at Sweetwater's place.
Give me an easy charisma roll.
Okay. Oh my God, please. Oh, fuck yeah.
You got a card or a matchbook from that place?
Oh yes. And I give them a my card, which shows me in a provocative position singing. That's me. I'll be singing that night.
Monday night's kind of an off night to go out on the town, don't you think?
An off night for regular folk, but not for businessmen.
He smiles at you, and you see his grimy little smile. And he says, all right, now you piqued my interest. Then he turns to Beulah and says, you got work to do. But yeah, maybe I'll check you out, Toots.
Further down we go, being that everyone is looking straight ahead. I write a note really quick in my pen and pad. I'm guessing this woman has a bag herself.
She does.
Yes? Okay.
She does.
I'm going to roll up the note and put it in my perfume atomizer and put it in her bag. And it's going to read, convince them to push your meeting to Monday. And I'm going to see where it goes.
Interesting. Very interesting. Give me just a dexterity roll to see if you sleight of hand that in there.
Jesus. Okay. Oh fuck. Can I push my luck?
You are right there as she just pivots a little bit, still kind of squabbling with the man. The atomizer hits the ground, shatters, and it's all over his Venetian loafers. He just looks at you and you. What's with the yard sale, Toots? Now I'm going to smell like a dame for the rest of the afternoon. Thanks very much. A little bit disgusted, he grabs her by the arm and steps over the broken glass that you have left to clean up in your elevator. And she kind of looks at you plaintively, still trying to, you caught her attention, still trying to figure out exactly what she was supposed to do. But right now she's got other problems. You at least have identified her, and you did pick up that piece of information, which is particularly useful. So as you clean it up, yeah, go ahead. Tell me your next move as we go to Jane for you cleaning up that broken glass and how things go from there.
I don't know if I can convince her to help me, but I'm gonna try to pick up one of the glass and
no, your convincing is done. She's out of she's already on the lobby and on the way out.
Okay, that's fine. I've done what I can.
All right, but you have information to go on, and that is useful. All right, as we're getting close to our break here, Jane, if you tell me, please.
Okay.
You spent a week popping into the library. Where else did you go? What did you try to find out?
So a couple of things that I wanted to do. The library is one of them, of course. Mm-hmm. Trying to discover whatever I can that's on the books about Wiley. That's of course public knowledge, but I'm sure that I just know, like in my gut, I know that whatever I can find here, of course, I'm going to take note of in my notebooks. But I just have this gut feeling that I'm just not going to find what I really need in the library. And
what other resources did you try to tap that week?
I was thinking that I might talk my friend Anna into taking a drive with me up to Furland to maybe speak to whoever's managing the buildings now up there that Wiley took over.
Yes. Okay. You are able to, by a combination of taking the interurban down to City Hall, you checked out some records, you cross-referenced it with some items that you were able to find in the library, and you were able to find out that that land is not Wiley does not directly involved with the people who are now the owners of the land that was forfeit at Furland Sanitarium. So it is possible, it occurs to you that it is possible that he was simply bribed to make that happen.
Oh, okay.
But there are some people who do stand to benefit from that who are on the city council. And one of the people who stands to benefit is John Carroll, this man here.
Can you click that one more time?
Absolutely. It's the second one in place here. And if I zoop it up so we can see the man.
Okay, that's
there.
Okay.
He's the one who's the swing vote. He claims to be above board, but he has a very spotty voting record of voting for whoever was most politically advantageous or profitable for him. Something to consider. We're going to do another time jump here, but I want to find out. Tell me, please. And I'll just also point out that this is still how everybody is polling. Everybody's holding position. Lob, the primary contender there, who you think is a decent person, is still close to Wiley, but not close enough. If the election were held today, Wiley would definitely be back on the city council and probably go right back into his council presidency, based on the current makeup of the city council, the status quo that you think it is. So tell me, please, what's your next move?
So just to clarify,
yeah,
Wiley probably took a bribe, but
almost certainly
took the bribe. But I was able to find out who was managing the place or who owns it, either or both.
That is correct, and you know that is Carol invested in that real estate development project. The man who's currently just polling just ahead, but also on council with Wiley. Sometime in Wiley's good graces, usually voting with him rather than against him. So what would you do with that information? What would be your next move? You are realizing that time is going to be running short. Weeks are going to tick by.
Yeah, I think that I might actually with that information, try to, at this point, contact Mr. Otto again and see if he will meet with me.
Yeah, without a doubt. In fact, you have spoken to him before. You know his administrative assistant, having spoken to her on the phone. It's not going to be a problem. Roll me a D8 right now. Outstanding. His calendar is a bit backed up, but he is able to fit you in on the following Monday. So here we are.
Oh, so that's another week.
At the 14th, another week is going to go by when we come back from our break here. But if I circle that date. Which happens to coincide, unbeknownst to you, as the same day that Evie was going to be singing at the club. So we will keep that in mind, and I'm going to go through, or we can even talk as a group quickly. Let me go around real quick before we go to our break. Steve, Everett's been working long shifts, pulling some doubles, but he's still thinking about his brother. He's still looking at this. He's still reading the papers and seeing the polls stand where they are. What is he going to be looking to do when we come back?
I think Everett's decided that he needs to take Wiley down, but he knows that he's in over his head. He's a blue-collar guy. He doesn't think politics. He's smart, but he's not that kind of smart. So I think he's going to do what doesn't come natural to him and reach out to John Carroll for help. At least to ask what it would take.
Outstanding. All right, very good. Sarah, what is Winter going to do as she goes into the next week? She is still waiting for her colleague to get back with more information that might bust this scoop wide open for her. But what is she going to do to take matters into her own hands?
I think that there's this nightclub here, and she's picked up the name of the booker. And it occurs to her that she has an old acquaintance she hasn't talked to in some time, who, last time she heard, wants to be a nightclub singer. And she thinks she might have a possible way into this club. Might be able to get some eyes and ears in there.
Indeed. And in point of fact, when you happen to be toward the south end of downtown, maybe you were doing a little bit of shopping, maybe you're doing a little bit of research over at City Hall. Maybe you crossed Yesler Avenue and took a walk on the wild side. You strolled by that exact venue, and there you see on the handbill the name of your old friend, Evie Vale.
Interesting. Wow. I make a note what night Evie's going to be performing, and think maybe I'll drop in and see the show on Monday.
So as Everett is reaching out to Carol, as you get set to meet your old friend on the very same day as Jane has a scheduled appointment with one of the 9 powerful men on the city council, one of the 6 whose seat is safe this year. Things are afoot. The 21st is going to be a day and an evening where you have great potential to move forward in your goal of seeing that this man finds justice. Let us pause right there if we take our break. and we will return in just a few minutes' time and complete this session of Bad Actor. Thank you, guys.
All right. We'll be back in about 10. Thanks for watching. Welcome back. It's January 21st.
Actually,
It's June 15th.
So, as we return, another week is in the works, finally trying to get information that will change the ordering of the candidates as they're going into the primary election, and possibly, if you are very, very lucky, working behind the scenes to topple sitting city council president Matthew Wiley, the man who has brought each of you grief in your own way. If I go back here, we're getting closer to the end of January. We have reached the 21st. Another week has passed. Each of you has tried to move your understanding of the complex political machinations of the city a little bit closer to uncover the clues. And I would first, before we get there, like to go back to our spot here on Railroad Avenue, where Winter has managed to break into this dance hall. The dance hall. I beg your pardon?
Oh, I just said, what's it called, this dance hall? Does it have a name?
It is called the Hepcat Hop.
Because it's the 20s.
Because
I
it's
rolled
the
my eyes. Alliteration.
The Hepcat Hop. Also, it fits on the marquee. It's a fairly narrow building.
Alliteration is so 1925.
But you definitely find out that there's an awful lot of glassware that is being kept here, and it looks like that there's plans to definitely make this into a speakeasy space as well as a legitimate licensed dance hall. It is odd that the zoning has flip-flopped to take this from industrial commercial to entertainment, something that normally has a tight crackdown. But again, when people are on the city council, they're able to make these kinds of exceptions. Without a doubt, you do find some notes in a business ledger that definitely do show that Wiley is receiving some kind of compensation and is due to receive more. This is an important clue for you.
Great. Can I snag this ledger and take it with me?
You absolutely can. It will cause suspicion that the place has been broken into, but you don't care because you'll get away scot-free until the cops show up.
That's right. It's not gonna be enough to get past the editor-in-chief for a story, but it's a piece of evidence.
It's an excellent piece of evidence, and it may also point you toward who is more to your personal ends. It might point you toward who is in bed with Wiley and who might be willing to stand in opposition to him.
Yeah, I hesitate over it, and then I'm like, let him figure it out. I'm coming. And I take it with me.
You pocket it and slip right back into the busy workaday in the mid-afternoon. And that is back on the 14th. We're going to go ahead and do our time jump that each of us has been able to go after, since we've managed to resolve that. And I will move on to say that we are approaching the 21st. The 21st has arrived. We are now here. And I would like to go to the county city building. And this is where City Hall is located, literally in the shadow of Mr. Wiley's penthouse. And it is the mid-morning when, Jane, you have your appointment with Otto Case.
Am I already seated with him, or
You have been given refreshment, and he does remember you as oh yes, Nurse Abbott. It's nice to see you again. Now, Lillian didn't tell me a whole lot about what you wanted, but I wanted to make time for you out of my schedule today. How can I be of service to you? What can the city council do for you?
I do appreciate your time, Mr. Otto. First, I have been doing some research, and I wanted to share that research with you. And I hand over to him my typed notes that I came up with from the library that connect the dots for Mr. Wiley. And I kind of walk him through the notes, explaining. Of course, I've already spoken with him about my concerns and, my, what I'm about and all of that before. But
he knows the plight of your mother. He knows and is himself concerned about the public health response in the city of Seattle. That kind of municipal investment is right up his alley. In fact, his constituents expect him to safeguard that. So you are allied as a public health professional, without a doubt. You hand him that. You have elegantly written this information out. You have specifically implicated Wiley. Is that the case?
Yes.
Could you give me your choice of either intelligence or charisma to tell me how you have laid that out, either logically or emphatically? Go ahead and give me that against. We're going to go to a target 12 now.
Okay, let me pull up where did my sheet go? Hiding. They are the same.
No problem. Give me that roll and let's see how you do.
So probably I would probably go with intelligence though anyways.
I think you, like I said, you're very well organized. You make your presentation. Let's see if he's able to follow.
Hang on, let me try that again on the proper page this time.
He takes several moments to look it over, to actually read what you wrote. He lays the papers down on his desk. He goes up and he closes the door to his office after peeping out just to make sure no one else is in the outer office except for his secretary. He turns around with a look of dismay. And he says, Jane, may I call you Jane?
Of course, Mr. Otto.
I want you to be fully apprised and very careful of both the legal implications of the kind of accusations and connections that you're drawing here, and also what the behind the scenes situation looks like here in City Hall.
This is why I came to you. This is a bit over my head.
Wiley is a powerful and popular president. He has certainly helped me get certain things done when I can see eye to eye with him, which honestly is not always the case. There are indictments that you are making that are serious that could lead to corruption charges, but they carry with it a certain burden of proof. And more to the point, there are certain fights that you should only pick if you're absolutely certain that you can win. And it's very hard to win a fight against Mr. Wiley. Now, right now, he's preoccupied. I get to enjoy another 2 years on the council scot-free after being reelected last year. But he is currently working hard to stay where he is. And he has an awful lot of powerful friends, some of them on the council, some of them elsewhere in industry. But all of the people who matter in Seattle, he pays attention to, and they to him. It's hard to get things done without his blessing, no matter who you are in this city. There are people who can insulate themselves from his sphere of influence and control if they have enough money. I am not one of them. I have to do it simply on dignity. But it is dangerous to go up against him unless you are certain of the outcome of what you put in motion. I can't be more plain than that, but I would encourage you to move with extreme caution. Now, as to people who can help in this endeavor, of the city council, Mr. Blaine is far too respected, far too honestly rich to suffer any indignities at Wiley's hand. So he's a potential ally. Mr. Campbell is in bed with business. He may not be much use to you. Mr. Carroll is hard to say. He swings one way and then he swings the other. He could, if it came to a vote, if it came to a situation where Wiley is returned to the city council, but we have to elect a new president, it's possible that Carroll could be convinced to stand against him and at least take him out of the seat at the end of the table. I, of course, am sympathetic to your plight. Mr. Cohen might be sympathetic to your plight. Mr. Erickson is a man of the people and definitely would be so. I can't speak to Mr. Lane. And the last member of the council, as it currently stands, is William Moore. And I think that you will find that more often than not, his interests and Mr. Wiley's interests align.
I see.
That is really all I can tell you, except to make sure that your case is ironclad before you make the same presentation outside of this office. And be very careful, will you?
I intend to be very careful. It is one reason why I came to you first, actually. You're pretty much the only person I trust right now.
Well, I endeavor, at least in confidence, to be able to continue to earn that trust and work on your behalf and the behalf of the right side of the situation as it is aligned. And if you are able to create a coalition to stand alongside me of at least 4 others, I will certainly make sure that one of the 5 of us becomes a new president.
Coalition.
But
all right,
be very, very careful about levying those kinds of accusations against Mr. Wiley unless you have ironclad proof. Be terribly careful. He is a dangerous man and has dangerous friends.
I do understand that those who give bribes and take bribes are dangerous people.
Now, the only other thing I ask you is that this conversation never took place.
I understand.
I hope I've been of some help for you. Please feel free to contact Lillian and make another appointment if you make progress in this goal, and I wish you good luck. We need to return this city to a sense of order and justice, and I appreciate that private citizens like yourself have the wherewithal and the integrity to try to do so. There are at least some of us here in City Hall who are doing the same.
I thank you, Mr. Otto, for your time.
Good day. So you learn that it is now lunchtime here on the 21st. Evie, you're going to be singing later.
Mm-hmm.
You have been in contact with your old friend Winner. In point of fact, she found out that you were going to be singing tonight, and you guys have been able to contact each other. Did you meet in person downtown? Did you have her come to the hotel on your break? Did you call her on the telephone? How did you decide to get together?
I sent her a letter asking if she knows a more discreet place to get together and apologize for apologize for not being super direct within the letter, and just that I need to talk to her.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. As a matter of fact, it's a fair walk. But if you really wanted to be sort of away from people, Occidental Park, it's not even a fair walk. It's a little out of your way going back and forth from work, but it's not far from police headquarters. It is still in the comfortable neighborhood where you abide there in Pioneer Square. And there is a restaurant, used to be a bar, and a now a bit of a tea room that's right there. And this is a place where the two of you could meet later that afternoon. It's not that far for you to go on break from work. And you are able to see your friend. The two of you can go ahead and role play that and tell me what happens.
I didn't know you still lived in Seattle. I thought you moved.
Oh, I could never leave. City's in my blood. Evie, you look amazing.
Thank you. It's been a lot. Thank you.
I heard about your brother. I'm very sorry.
And I heard about your family. How are you?
Oh, we're fine. We're fine. You know, these things, they happen. That's business. It's ups and downs. Plenty of irons in the fire, though. Actually,
they happen like things have been happening around here. I don't know. I've been hearing things and seeing things that just... I feel utterly insane. I know you're a writer, and pretty damn good one, even if... No, I'll leave it at that. You're a good writer. Better than I could ever be.
Evie, what have you heard?
My old employer,
subtly reaching
Sweetwater.
notebook.
Yeah, you might want to take this down. I have a suspicion that my old employer, Sweetwater, I'm staying in a couple of his
Right, of course.
yeah. I think he's in league with oh goodness, Wiley. I don't know if you've heard the name.
The city council president? Yes, I'm familiar with Matthew Wiley.
Don't know how in the know you are with things going on in Seattle.
Well, every now and then I, look up from the hats and the frocks to notice that there's an election going on. Quick question, Chris. When I went through the ledger, did I find any connection to Sweetwater in the ledger of the Hepcat Pop?
Not in what you saw. No, you did not. That's an excellent question.
Alrighty. Well, cards on the table, Evie. Yes. Interestingly, and it's funny you wrote me this letter because I was actually thinking of you the last couple weeks. I'm looking into a certain new nightclub downtown. I thought maybe if you were looking for work, if you wanted to see if they were hiring, I might be able to slip you a little extra money on the side to I know you've always had a good ear for gossip.
Actually, this is precisely why I contacted you. There is going to be a meeting. I hope it happens. I kind of fumbled a little bit. But there's going to be a meeting, hopefully between Sweetwater and Wiley that same night.
Interesting.
I mean, you remember how sweet my brother was with literally everyone in this city.
I do. He's a good man.
Can't let that kindness just go to waste. For him, I want to take Wiley down. I want to take Sweetwater down, and I know those are high aspirations, but it's what I want.
Evie, and I'm looking around just to make sure nobody's listening in. Evie, what does Sweetwater, what does Matthew Wiley have to do with your brother's death?
Sweetwater had some. I don't even know what it was. There was some shipments of liquor that they were passing, and I mean, I'm not so innocent, but he treats his staff terribly, and I just thought that it might be a way to, I don't know, change the way that the clubs were going, and I let the cops know about it.
Oh, Evie.
Sweetwater, I think through Wiley or because of Wiley, has the cops, I don't know, in their pocket. But here's the strange part.
Yeah.
My mom mentioned something offhand about my brother working with the cops. I don't know what it was for or why, and I want to talk with the police, but I'm nervous. I don't even know if there's any good ones out there these days.
That's a hard one to find.
But if there is just one, and they're at the club that night, and they see that meeting taking place, I feel like by just ruining Wiley's just public figure, I don't know how comfortable you are about just writing under another pen name and then submitting it elsewhere. I know you're more of the, fashionista and whatnot, and maybe this is a shot in the dark, but I I don't know who else to talk to.
Yeah, I think I can connect you with. I think I can connect you with somebody to write this story. Evie, what is it that they're going to be discussing tomorrow? Or sorry, not tomorrow, Monday, at this meeting of yours?
I don't know. There's
This afternoon and this evening, in point of
this
fact.
evening,
It is Monday the 21st.
I don't know. There was.
Have you
something
told me
about-
that? Sorry, just really quick. Have you said it's today?
It is today. It is today.
It is today, but has Evie told me that yet? You said there's a meeting.
You had seen the handbill. You know that she is
did,
singing
yeah.
today. You may not know anything additional in addition to that.
Okay, alrighty.
I'll mention that it's today. I mean, yeah.
Okay, it's today.
Um,
Do you know what they're meeting about?
I don't. Something about an appointment and what was it? Not Buick. What was the word that you mentioned, Chris?
The woman's name was Beulah.
Beulah. That was a woman's name. Something about Buick Ford.
My father's name, which it is. Yeah.
As you are grasping to recall the names that you heard and recount this to your friend Winifred, you notice that there have been a lot of bystanders there coming around, and in fact, there's an entourage that comes around through Occidental Square here. Evie, give me a intelligence roll.
Okay.
Evie.
Oh, sorry, Evie, not with.
Yeah, Evie wouldn't know the mayor of Seattle from the mayor of Seattle, but the mayor of Seattle is there, Frank Edwards, notoriously corrupt, unseated just in the past year or so, outgoing mayor, much loved Bertha Knight Landis, the first female mayor of a major metropolitan area in the United States, in fact. And everything's back to grift as usual since Big Bertha got kicked out and Frank is in business. But he's walking around and some bystanders are coming over and shaking his hand and doing whatever. He is accompanied by Mr. Moore on the city council, and shaking the most hands, the guy up for re-election, the bad actor himself, Matthew Wiley. As you're searching for the name, you also see that they have a police escort, of course. And you see the woman from the elevator, Evie. She is there, close to Wiley, not far off.
I point at the woman. Her.
Holy smokes! And I'm just like.
Now, Winifred, on the other hand, recognizes
Oh yeah.
almost everybody there. She recognizes, of course, the mayor and the gentleman on the city council, a couple of captains of industry. The one other person that you recognize, of course, is the wormy little procurer man, Evie, from the elevator, who was having the argument with Beulah.
Mm-hmm.
He is also there. But they are making their way back towards City Hall and pressing the flesh. Vote for Wiley, and all that jazz. Sarah, is there anything that you do in this moment, try to note or try to do? I'll give each of you just an action here as they pass by.
Oh, I flipped my notebook to a new page and I'm writing down every single name I see. This is a public appearance, so I'm just making notes, and it's in my head. This is maybe like this is another 500-word piece. Just a quick notes from around town. Because what an interesting entourage that is out there.
Outstanding.
The mayor. Evie, Evie, I'm going to level with you. Nothing would make me happier than seeing Matthew Wiley go down in flames and burning that man to the ground. But as you can see, I'm pointing, he's got some powerful friends.
Yeah.
So
That
you think I've gotten him linked to one speakeasy downtown, but that's not enough. Everybody in this town's got their hand in the bucket. We need something really, really juicy if we're going to take that to my editor. Because the paper will run it, it has to be solid.
It is as you make that revelation around the corner, because this is the thick of his beat.
Mm-hmm.
Steve, nobody told you that the bigwigs were going to be walking your patrol area today. Not a peep. This is a big surprise to you.
Yeah. Also, Wiley's probably the only one I recognize.
You probably recognize the mayor. His picture's on the wall outside the captain's office. So
fair enough.
You do recognize the patrolman that he is with. This guy right here.
Yeah.
His name is Jansen. But he doesn't normally walk your beat. He's on the other side of town.
I'm going to roll up to Jansen here. If he's not too engaged with the bigwigs.
No, he's keeping an eye, but he sees you and gives you a nod. He's like, yeah, hello, mule.
Jansen, what brings you to this part of town? I mean, obviously.
I'm moving up in the world, you see.
Moving up, huh? You working for one of these guys?
No, just personal protection, but it's a good detail to be compared to dealing with the rat catchers and the lowlifes that you deal with down here.
Well, you know, some of these lowlifes are... Well, they can smell pretty bad, but you always know what you're getting with them anyway.
Fair enough. I guess you can't say the same for politicians now, can you?
Well, you won't hear me say it.
Well, anyway, sorry for cramping your style here. I got to catch up with the man in charge, but I'll be seeing you.
Wait, who's the man in charge, though?
He's talking about the mayor.
Okay. Because he didn't really answer my question about which one he's working for.
You noticed that he, in point of fact, did not. That is true.
Yeah.
They make their way. The rest of the regular civilians kind of disperse and go back to their dailies. Everett, give me a wisdom roll, please.
Okie dokie. We're on 10. It's a crit.
Oh, all kinds. You recognize Evie. You see her go through your beat at least a couple of times a week. You've never actually spoken, but you definitely do. And she looks like she's having some kind of get together here with a lady who looks like she wouldn't normally set foot in your beat unless you paid her.
I'm in uniform at this point.
You are.
So I think I'm just going to walk up to them openly and say, everything okay here, ladies?
Yes. Do I know you, sir?
We're fine,
No.
thank you.
No, but that's the thing. See, I walk around here all day, every day, and I don't know you either.
Do you know everyone that visits this park? What an extraordinary memory you must have.
I didn't know a lot of those guys that just left, but see, they all left together, and you stayed here. I've seen this lady.
Just visiting an old school chum, catching up.
Well, if you need anything, I'm around. And I don't think I have any reason to keep talking to these people at this point, so I'm going to keep going.
Go right back to your beat, but you take a note, and you have at least spoken to this young woman who gave you the cold shoulder, but who crosses your beat on a daily basis. You probably even have seen her come home in her uniform, knows she works at the Olympic Hotel.
Right. She's the type of person I wouldn't take notice of being here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could figure that she's a working stiff from a certain point of view, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Like I said, Winfred, I wish there was a good cop.
You really know how to pick an out-of-the-way place where no one will see us.
Around the corner, I'm saving a cat from a tree.
In point of fact, at least you hoped that her venue tonight, as she prepares for her performance, will afford you more of the things that you are hoping. A little bit more discretion, a little bit more privacy. Unbeknownst to you, the very cop, the flatfoot walking the beat, has his own meeting here. So, sorry, not at the beautiful Pike Place Public Market, but not there either. There we go. Restaurant Row. 2nd Avenue and Pine Street. So now just straight up from where you guys had met at lunchtime, through the beat, going from more or less right about there to right about there, is this busy, bustling area of Seattle. It happens day and night, and this is where all the good places to eat are that aren't in the Central District, but all the other good places to eat, and some nightclubs that purport to be entertainment venues, but it is not even a particularly well-kept secret that this is Everett, where a lot of the hands-off places are. You don't go in here in uniform and try to make trouble for the people who run a lot of these places, including down here in the bottom right corner, the Vienna Cafe, which is a normal coffee shop / restaurant. It's busy at lunchtime. It's actually got pretty good food. But right around the corner, in the evenings after a certain time, it turns into an unlicensed nightclub entertainment space in the back alley entrance there in the basement, the stairs that lead down. And this happens to be precisely where, after reaching out to Mr. Carroll, you decided to meet him. So as you get prepared to contact this man, this powerful man on the city council, who you have a history with because you aided his family member in a time of crisis when she was the victim of a violent crime, you have an uneasy and uncertain relationship with Mr. Carroll and the city council.
Yeah.
You told him this is where you wanted to meet. He balked a bit, but he agreed. Your meeting is just a half an hour, 20 minutes before Evie is going to be set to sing. So if we set the scene and we go inside and we show up here, do you flash your badge to get inside, or do you try to walk the walk and talk the talk? You are out of uniform, of course.
Sure, I am out of uniform. I do have my handy blackjack inside my coat. I
would
think
assume you even have your revolver.
No, I probably didn't bring my revolver here.
Okay.
I have the smaller pistol.
Okay. Best pocket.
Yeah. I'm gonna not flash my badge on the way in. The person who needs to know who I am already does. And that is Carol.
When you show up, you make it past whoever is pretending to be the bouncer / guard at the front. Your size is a bit intimidating, but he waves you through. You seem like a well-heeled gentleman. You show up. Table for one, sir?
I'm meeting a friend. Is there a place we could talk in private? Or perhaps he's arrived already?
There are a lot of good friends here. Who are you looking for tonight, sir?
Older fella, southern accent, glasses.
Wouldn't be Mr. Carroll, would it?
It would.
This way, please.
All right.
She walks you down through this area here and into another room, and seated kind of toward the back a little bit discreetly at a private booth, the back of the place. You see Carroll there. He looks like a fish out of water, but he's listening to some music that is quietly being played. It's just the rhythm section, bass and drummer right now, just kind of warming up as they're starting their thing. More and more people are showing up. He shakes your hand. Long time, Officer Mueller. How's things?
Things aren't so great right now, sir.
No, it's tumultuous times here in the city, and I have to say, I was surprised to hear from you, and even more surprised to hear from you imploring me to meet you in this kind of place. You know, especially even for those of us who are not seeking re-election, much less those that are. This isn't always the best time of year to be doing these kinds of meetings.
Well, I know that you once said to me that you owed me a favor. And I wasn't planning to ever take you up on that favor.
And yet here we are.
Things have changed, sir.
Speak your piece, boy.
There's a man I need to get rid of. I want to do it legal, or as legal as possible. But he needs to be taken down. And he's a very powerful man. I can stop a robber. I can break up a fight. I can chase down a man running, but I don't know politics. I don't have a mind for it. And I come to you because I know you're the kind of man that does. And I also know you're the kind of man who might not say no to increasing his own status.
I see where this is going. As I said, it's election time. This is a delicate time to make any kind of move, and yet fortune does favor the bold from time to time.
If you don't move at election time, when can you?
All right. You make reasonable amount of sense. Well, I assume we both know who we're talking about without speaking his name. That he sits at the end of the table, so to speak, if you get my drift.
He does.
And you would prefer that he were not at that table at all?
I would prefer he were not in this city at all, but I'll take what I can get. There is reason to believe that this man is, amongst his many other failings, responsible for the death of my own brother.
I can't speak to that, but I take you at your word.
Yes, I don't need you to speak to that.
So you want to know how to at least take that man away from the head of the table, so to speak, and ideally have him not come to dinner at all.
Yes. What would it take to accomplish something like that?
Well, it's child's play, really. There's a hitch, though. Let me lay things out for you and make you a gentleman's promise. One that you can count on most assuredly. If you do your part, that I will do mine. But let us also say, if all comes into play and all this comes to pass, we're even for all time.
Agreed.
Well, places like this are all over town, and what's the one thing they all need?
Staff.
And what did the staff drink, boy?
I see what you're getting at.
Exactly. And who makes sure that that comes to each and every spot who's willing to pay their cut? The man at the end of the table. Now,
amongst others.
He makes quite a bit of money doing this.
Yes.
There are others, but they are spit in the wind. Competitors are trying hard to fight over the scraps that the man at the end of the table leaves. He makes a great deal of money. He keeps track of that money. He keeps track of that money in ledgers, and the ledgers are kept in only one place. And they are 37 stories up. Now, where is the only place in town that's 37 stories up?
Smith Tower.
Precisely so. So the information that you need is located in one place and one place only. Now, I assume that you're willing to consider another line of work than law enforcement, or at least seek it elsewhere if all of this goes awry.
So if all of this goes awry, I expect to be shaking hands with my brother soon.
Fair enough, although I wouldn't wish it on you.
Appreciated.
The rum run-in is well documented. I've been to the Smith Tower penthouse. I have seen it myself. But I cannot say that outside of the confidence that you and I hold and must not violate. Now, if you have any friends in the media, you could certainly make a very, very, very bad election cycle for the man at the end of the table. And a bad day for him could be a good day for someone like myself.
My thoughts exactly. The media, you say?
Yeah, obviously once you get that information, yes, of course you could turn it over to the courts, but if the man at the end of the table has even one district judge in his pocket, that case is as good as gone. However, if you smear him in the court of public opinion, now that's a verdict that carries some weight, if you get my drift. There are enough of us who are on the border, on the fence, that if Wiley's influence were to be seriously jeopardized, we could make a play. We could turn that council around, and I would love to be the new man at the end of the table. You got to get up there, you got to get that information, and you got to bring it to a newspaper.
The same thing is true of the Force, you know. There's enough of us that would change things if someone got the ball rolling, if there was a foot in the door.
Well, I'll tell you what. I prefer to cut the head off the snake, or to use a different metaphor, one that you might easily understand. See which rats leave the sinking ship once that snake is dead.
I hear you. Now I need to figure out how to get into that tower.
Now, as much as I would love to stay and listen to this music, this really isn't a place for me to be what the primary elections do. But I wish you good luck, Mr.
Thank you for your help, sir.
And my condolences again for your loss.
As he's
He
leaving, I'll
drinks
just say,
ice water, and yeah, he's listening to you as you speak. Go ahead.
that's it. By the way, how's Jeannie?
She asks of you often. I said it has been a long time since I have from you, but you are still walking the beat, still keeping that accursed place south of Yesler safe, and the city thanks you for it.
All right, then.
I will send her your regards, and
Please
good
do.
luck in your quest.
Thank you.
He takes off. He leaves you to contemplate that at your table as we get into the serious bit here. All right, folks. We go to Evie. Evie, people are beginning to line up here at the bar. The bartender is slinging drinks. You are getting ready to go on stage. A face you prefer not to see is in the house, along with some other people.
I'm trying to spot if.
And your friend,
Okay. Yeah.
I was about to say, there you go. And your friend is just making her way through the door.
I've dressed nice, but not too nice.
I
Fade into
make-
the background tonight.
I'll make eye contact with her, but I don't go to her just because I know Sweetwater is here, and I don't want him to associate her with me.
Okay.
So you just see me look at you, and then I turn around and go to the bar where I say, if you can let Mr. Sweetwater know that I'll be ready in 5. I'll be in my dressing room if he needs me.
I miss him. Happy to tell him. You know the bartender. He is a transplant from the East Coast. His name Bo.
All right.
I'm sorry, what was his name? You broke up on my end.
Bimbo.
Bimbo.
His mother calls him Corcoran. That's his given name, but Bimbo.
Before I go around in the back, I do one last pass in the bar to see if Wiley is there, or if the woman or man at the elevator are there.
You do see both of them, but not Wiley. They're close to Sweetwater.
Okay.
You're still at the bar? Or are you in your dressing room?
I'm moving to the dressing room, but I do one last look at you, and then to them, and then I leave to the back.
Yep. I will order a drink and time it so that I take a table next to Sweetwater with my back to him.
Yeah, without a doubt. Let's say there's a nice little table that's located just off screen there where you can do so. And you do actually see the man and the woman that Evie had pointed out earlier.
Actually, make that I order 2 drinks and place one across from me like I'm waiting for somebody.
No problem.
No.
Everett, you are just off screen, by the way. You are in that kind of back section, and you may start to notice a familiar face that you see sitting by herself.
Yeah. I'll come on over.
You do. We go to target 13 here as things get serious.
You're
Sorry, go ahead, please continue.
I'll go. I'll walk up to Winter. You're still around, I see.
This seat's taken.
Do you have your notebook out?
I think that as I see you come up, I've got it like in my lap, and you can see me slide it further down, so it's under the tablecloth, out of view.
You a writer, miss?
Aren't we all riders of our? Okay, listen. You're the cop from the park, aren't you?
Yeah.
You working tonight?
No.
I'm not looking for any trouble.
I am.
We pause that banter to go to Jane. Jane, learning what you learned from Case, from Carol, from Auto Case. Sorry, beg your pardon. This afternoon, what did you do with that information on this Monday evening?
I think that what she did was she went to her friend Anna and discussed the whole thing with her.
Mm-hmm.
And they talked her into going to the press.
Okay.
But they also talked her into going out.
Okay.
So she will go out with Anna and Lucille tonight.
Outstanding. Let us, for lack of betters, let me grab yourself and that lady and one more comes to the door, and we will give you a table for 3 elsewhere. Could you give me an intelligence roll, please?
Yep.
You recognize the musicians' names. You see that 2 of the band members are here. Without a doubt. You are keeping your eyes peeled for other people who might be people in the know. The person that you did spy on the way in, he literally passed right by you, and he would have no reason to know who you are, but you absolutely recognized him, was John Carroll. So it surprised you to see that he was in a place of such impropriety at this time of year in the election cycle.
Right.
But you guys are all there. You are poised, and you have convinced. You are poised to take the evidence that you have, if only it could be compounded with somebody else's evidence. You are poised to try to make this a really bad next couple of weeks for Mr. Wiley.
Everyone who
All
hates
right,
you goes to the same club.
Yes.
Which of you players has not made a time skip roll yet? I think there's only one. Who didn't do it?
I don't think I have.
All right. Sarah, would you please roll me a D8? Okay. 4. It is 10 p.m. as the band is playing, and things are wonderful. What we're going to do here to conclude this and really squeeze this interesting bit together and find out how this all shakes down. You have now engineered everything, especially thanks to the supplemental work that Jane has done and the alliance that she has been able to establish with Case, that you now have Mr. Carroll, Mr. Case, and at least 2 other members of the city council who would probably be willing to vote against Wiley if he were to return to the city council as president. Additionally, it is possible that you could put forth enough information by one of several means, either what you already have in hand between Winter's ledger taken from the dance hall, between the legwork that Jane has done, and with the idea that there are some serious documents that could incriminate him in terms of corruption and federal crime located in his very place of residence, you could topple this man. So what we were going to do, that is going to be 4 hours between 10 p.m. now and 2 a.m. We're going to do a series of rolls here to find out in these last little bits if the incremental steps and enough effort can be done by whatever plans you hatch on this very night to make or break. Here we are in the evening of the 21st. You're still more than a month away, but you could break that story in the morning papers that could make all the difference into whether or not Wiley ends up in handcuffs or continues to rule the city as his. So let us start right here, and let's go through with Steve. Steve, continue the conversation with Winter, please.
Yeah.
What would you like to set in motion? And this can be in meta or in character.
I think I'm just going to try. I can read that she doesn't trust me as both a cop and a large man, and that she kind of thinks I might be hitting on her, and I don't care about either of those things. I am, in fact, going to draw focus to the fact that she's a writer and that I'm looking for someone to write something. So I'm going to spend the, well, at least at the beginning, I'll be feeling out, is she interested in writing something dangerous? Is she interested in tackling someone dangerous, making her name on the back of someone who could potentially have her thrown off a pier?
Winter, if he lays his appeal on the line just like that, putting his trust in you, are you that person?
Yes. For me, the question is, this is exactly the person that I've been looking for, is, a cop who is on my side. And I think Winter is used to turning sources. And I think she's been a little standoffish because she's suspecting a trap. But as he's dropping hints, she's picking up what he's got going on. And so I think the question is, she's got to decide, does she trust this man enough that she's just met to risk her life, that he is in fact on the side of the angels here.
All right. As you're making that decision, Evie, a charisma roll, please. Let me see how your big night turns out in terms of performance. Easy roll on a 13 is a 10 target on a modified roll. Is Max there?
Yes. Sorry, I had previously closed the website and I was trying to open it.
There were all kinds of jitters. For some reason, you were just not feeling it. Maybe it's all the preoccupation of all the things that you learned. Maybe it has been the emotional weight of your brother's death. Seeing your old friend performing in front of her, all of those things. But you just managed to recover. You find that stride. You give a great set. You're backed by a very competent band, and even Sweetwater says, all right, that's the girl that I'm hoping to make the next It Girl.
Well, for the song that I sing, I mentioned at the top of the game that I had a half-finished song.
Yes, to your brother.
Dedicated, to my brother. I want to sing that to draw emotion specifically from Sweetwater to try to elicit some kind of, I don't know, emotion of guilt if that exists in him.
Go ahead and roll me a normal but contested charisma roll, please.
Okay. God damn.
No, you crushed it, actually.
Oh, I see. I had the 18.
It's contested. I rolled a mod 7. So
nice.
A tear to his eye. He actually comes over to compliment you, and you get to say what it is you want to him. What do you say?
When he comes in for a hug, for a hug that I did not even consent to, but he's got the power in this and hugs me, I lean in and just say, I know you know.
Yeah, I know. Believe it or not, I'm sorry things happen the way they happen, but they happen. It's a tough town.
Yeah. I let him go, and holding back tears, smile at the crowd and bow.
I lean over and say to Everett, I know that girl. Her brother was killed.
Mine too.
I'm sorry to hear that.
What happened to hers?
In intervening whispers, you guys share the stories so that you're each in the know of the plight of the other people.
Yep.
Yeah. That's what happens.
That's it for Evie. For Winnie. Winner. Who am I? Winner's in.
Yeah.
And she will ask. She'll start asking. I'm going to start asking you for information. Quietly, softly under the noise.
I'll tell you.
As you begin to get more information,
Yeah.
Winner and Evie both, could you please give me a wisdom roll?
14.
10.
All right. Evie, you're good enough at lip reading and seeing the reflections and stuff like that. You keep your eye as you're having that conversation across the room at the woman Beulah, and again that wormy manager man there is sending her off, and you distinctly see him mouth the name Wiley again as he's pointing for the door. And she is pleading with him not to go, but he is sending her off.
I will lean over to Everett and I say, I think Wiley's here tonight.
Yeah, if I could, still on stage, I try to lock eyes with Winfred and nod over at the door.
I looked to Everett and I was like, well, feel like rescuing maybe a damsel in distress?
What's going on?
You see her head that way.
I think once I see her, then I'm going to clock it as well.
You would immediately recognize her as well. That is correct. You saw her with both of those two individuals, with Jansen's entourage there.
Right, but in this moment, given my job and my skills, I think I also recognize that she's in distress.
I would say so. That is fair. Absolutely so. Or at least your spider sense is up for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. I will rise and I'm going to look around for the most, heart of the city, most honest group of people I can find to be additional witnesses to what we're about to bust up. And my eyes fall on 3 respectable women sitting together at their table. And I'm going to cross over to you, Jane, and say, "Excuse me, miss, could I ask you to come with me for a moment, you and your friends? I think something terrible's happened and we might need a woman's touch.
Do you need a nurse?
Come with.
Do you need a nurse?
Yes.
Jane is looking for any excuse to get the hell out of here.
Yes. Right this way.
And she basically drags her friends with her. They don't want to go.
No. And we are, and I lean over to Everett. And I was like, "I don't suppose you have a camera, do you?"
No, I don't do cameras. I got a gun.
Yeah, what I'd give her a camera in this moment, but that's all right. We've got witnesses. Let's do this.
You are close behind her, following her out. As you are going up the stairs, you're watching her head for the alley in the street outside.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, without a doubt. Put you back here. Pretend it's nighttime, of course.
Sure.
Yes.
She starts walking down the street in the southerly direction.
All right.
Jane, you and your friends are still trying to figure out what's up, but tell me what goes. She is walking that way now.
I'll tell you, I think that young lady's in some sort of distress. We're going to see where she's going, and if we need to step in and stop it, this police officer is going to interrupt the moment.
Hold up the badge.
We just.
Everett, are you on the way as well?
Oh yeah, I'm probably in front.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Winter Harris. Offer you my.
My name is well, she's just like completely Jane Abbott.
Jane.
And this is my friends Lucille and Anna.
Ladies, it's a privilege.
Jane, you spend so much time in the library and reading so many newspapers of late, you probably would recognize her name from a byline in the women's pages.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll probably just takes me a minute. Did you introduce your whole name?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Winifred Harris.
From the newspaper?
Yes. That's right. Seattle Post-Intelligencer. And there's a story afoot tonight.
You mean with that lady?
I think so, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Almost got it. There we go. I know. Let's try that again.
Everybody's in limbo. All right.
Everybody's in limbo. There we go. Let's try that. Here we go. Drop in our delicious, nutritious. There we go. Smith Tower at night.
Ooh, pretty.
Yeah.
Too bad it's full of evil.
You as a gaggle of 5 well-dressed ladies and this big burly dude casually following this lady
I know.
way down 2nd Avenue for a mile or so. The doorman doesn't even stop her, just opens the door, recognizes exactly who she is, and she disappears inside.
The doorman doesn't stop me either,
Do you badge?
though he may try.
Do you badge?
Yes, I will badge.
All right. Easy but contested charisma roll.
Okay.
Hey,
So that's a total
there.
of 3.
Flatfoot,
Yeah.
where's your probable cause? What's the deal? There's no exigent circumstances here.
There's one right behind you. No, can I spend all of my luck on this? I've got 7 to make it a match.
Yes, you can simply push him aside. Contested strength roll.
That's
Can I
plan
help with
B.
that?
Against
Yeah.
my nat 20. He's a big boy.
I don't think I want to
Guy?
do a contested strength roll. I think I want to hit this guy. I want to knock him out.
Okay. All right, go for it.
Okay.
Target is 10.
Well, okay.
He might
That's
have been,
7. I will add. If I can-
you've got the luck to spend. I'll
Yeah.
let you take the punch.
Yeah.
Roll damage is D4 plus or basic bonus. Do 6 points. 6 points will put him on his ass.
Okay. I have 1 bonus there.
I'm going to say that's rule of cool. You put him on his ass. You'll be hearing from my lawyer, Flatfoot, and you guys are inside.
All right. We all
I got big arches, buddy. I'm heading towards wherever she went. The elevator, I imagine.
During the altercation, you figure there's only one way up, but you see that she's already taken the elevator.
Dude, I
This
walk
is one
all
of-
day, every
this
day.
is
I
one
ain't
of
afraid of
those-
some stairs.
This is one of those fancy places that actually has buttons.
Man, if only we knew someone who knew how to work an elevator. Our only experienced elevatorsman is gone.
on the floor here, as we get ready to take our final round in rolls. This
All
is
right.
for all the marbles. On the floor here, if you see, is an observation deck,
Mhm.
and this
Yep.
goes up to the Chinese tea room, which of course will also serve you booze if it's the right time of day and you're the right kind of person. Separate walk up, not by elevators, is a very secure penthouse apartment. So here's what I want to do in the final bits.
Yeah.
And first I'm going to go back to here's what I'd like you to do, and then I'll have you each resolve. You've gotten as far as the 35th floor, which is just below. You're trying to figure out how you want to get up and in. All of you are in one place except for Evie. Evie has already done work. I'm going to have Evie make one more roll. If these guys are successful, can you flip Sweetwater to help implicate Wiley is the question to you. This is going to be a
Ooh.
target 13. It is a contested
Charisma?
charisma roll, but it is normal for you because of your skills. So he's only looking, at an 18.
God
Will
damn.
he help? Let me see what you do. Give me that roll.
Oh,
Okay. Sweetwater is sympathetic, but he is a tough nut to crack at this point. All right, but
Can I
but
use
you
my-
have done-
luck in any way?
you could use it, but you ain't going to get all the way where you need to get.
Damn. Okay.
It's close, but we will pause there. So in these final rolls for the three of you, what is your plan? Beulah is going upstairs to service this terrible man. The Everett knows that the information that he needs is up there. What harebrained scheme would you guys concoct? And let's see if it can come together or if it fails abjectly.
Winter wants to catch this guy in flagrante delicto. And has Everett shared with me that he is about these ledgers, that there's additional material in this apartment?
I'm going to roll for that.
Okay.
I haven't decided if I shared that with you. Yes, I have.
Okay.
I don't want to catch her. I want to stop it before it gets that far.
Yes.
In Everett's opinion, catching him in flagrante delicto means we did not complete this mission.
Yep. And Winter's perspective is this is exactly the scandal that is undeniable. Like catching him with a lady of dubious charms in front of, respectable members of the city. And then if she can, so that's option A, and option B is she knows what these ledgers look like now. And if she can, in the chaos of what's about to happen, get deeper into this apartment and find them and extract them during this, what she sincerely hopes is going to be a moment of utter pandemonium. If she can walk out of there with these ledgers, she wins.
Yeah, it is entirely possible that if you guys could get in there, if Wiley were busy, occupied, so to speak, it is entirely possible that you could get your hands on exactly the piece of information you need, which runs counter to Everett's plan.
Yeah.
So I'm going to treat those as separate.
Yeah.
And we're going to have two opportunities to make this. Wow, there's two Everetts now. To make
William, you're back.
Just like that. Let's see how that goes. So Everett, first you got to get in. Are you going in the hard way, where the door gets bashed down, or are you going in the soft way, where the reporter lady tries to break in?
I think Everett, if I know she's trying to break in,
or
Everett
you can
is
flash your badge. You got that option too.
Yeah, but that's not gonna get me what I want.
It's true.
I think if the reporter lady's gonna break in, and I'm in the hallway seeing someone break in, I've got probable cause to enter the domicile. I am going to just stand with my back turned while she picks a lock, and then wait for her to make a noise, and I'll turn around.
Egad, the door is open.
Why, this lock has been picked.
Winner,
Yeah.
make your dexterity roll, please.
I'm the
Will
good
do.
cop.
Come on. Oh my gosh. Okay, so no worries. That's +2. Is it an easy roll because I'm
It would be, but you are far below, so you're making no progress.
No,
Jane,
I've got
you
wait,
see all
wait,
of... Oh, okay, go ahead.
because I've got +2, so it's up to 5. I spent
Correct.
3 more luck.
Had to hit a 13.
Oh, I have
Target.
to hit a 13?
Yeah, 13, and then target is 10
yeah.
because it's easy.
No, then I'm
So
nowhere.
we are still shy. Jane, you are seeing all this illegal activity go on. Do you have an alternate plan?
Yeah, but, perhaps we could knock on the door with a public health concern of some sort.
Yeah.
You reach into your clutch purse, unfold your little hat that has been neatly packed inside of it.
Stick in the bobby pins.
Carefully bobby pin it to your coif. Where are the others of you standing relative to this?
I don't know. I already established that I have my back turned to the door. So it depends on where Jane is, if I'm facing her or not.
Jane, are you knocking or are you?
Yeah, so I'll pull out my clipboard and I'll position people. I'll position the three ladies like right up with me. I'll turn Mr. Everett around. Mr. Everett, just stand there with your badge, and I'll knock on the door soundly.
Hey, you know what happened not too long before this? The Spanish flu pandemic.
I was
It was less than a decade ago.
Well, I was very well involved in that, Mr. Everett. Thank you.
No, I was saying that out of character.
Oh.
Jane, make this the knock of a lifetime charisma roll. Hit a mod 16.
Okay.
Come on.
Let's see.
Oh no.
I think these dice are working for Wiley.
The lock being very secure and the soundproofing apparently not being sufficient to override the knock from the parties involved in their activity inside. Everett, you have your last chance here to find out if this is going to go the way you want it to, and then we leave it all down to a skull die as to what happens to Mr. Wiley if you fail. What do you wish to do?
Listen for a female voice from inside, and if I hear it at all, I'm going to say that was a scream and kick in the door.
Yeah, go for it. Go ahead and simply apply damage to the lock that is already partially picked. So do me 6 points of basic damage on a D4 roll. What, you have a +2 bonus, right?
I have a +1. I can't do 6 points.
Okay, I beg your pardon. Do me 5.
Okay. If we count my boot as a tool, I could do that.
Yeah, I will let you use it.
Would you like my wrench?
Especially because you have assistance from lovely ladies right with you. So give me a total of 5 points of damage, rolling a D6 with a +1. So don't roll a 1.
Okay, well, my tool is +2.
Oh, even better. There you go. Don't roll a 1.
There you go.
The door crashes open. It is not Wiley you see, but a man standing guard. This gets serious fast. It's all going to come down to one roll, yours and mine. Okay. I'm shooting, you're shooting. Everett, the gun comes out.
Does the fact that I'm yelling police as I kick in the door do anything to this guy's...
Probably messed up his aim because he shot wide when he pulled the trigger.
Okay.
And for you.
And for me. That's 18.
Dead as a doornail. With that tiny pistol, that man is down. Our nurse can try to render assistance if she wishes, but it all comes down to this one roll. I will elect among the four of you who would like to make a skull die roll. If the skull comes up, when all of this is over, no matter who goes to jail or not, Wiley is still city council president come March 12th. If a flat comes up, a blank on that skull die, these shenanigans have somehow unseated this man from his power. Who'd like to make the roll? Talk amongst and make the decision, and then you can make that roll, and we will
make Max
find
do
out.
it. He hasn't been in the scene for like 20 minutes.
Yes. Max, you do it.
I will give the shot man some aid, though.
Yeah, I didn't shoot him in the head.
Before Max makes the roll, just give me your against a target 13, Cindy. Find out if you saved the man's life, which could work out well for you. Oh, of course you did. Yeah, you avoid any serious legal entanglements, regardless.
I shout loudly, that man shot at a cop. And that
he sure did.
Saved him.
Oh my God.
Max, it's all down to you. You're going to make a single skull die roll on your mark, and it will determine whether or not the bad actor stays in place.
One man, one coin flip.
Skull
we want blank, right?
Power. you want blank.
Hey, y'all. Why?
Good luck.
Oh my god. Okay.
No!
Ah!
By the time all of you are free from custody,
Ah!
Matthew Wiley has been reelected president of the City Council of Seattle for the next
Son
3 years.
Funny how he can't walk anymore.
Well, it wasn't
Damn.
him who shot, but
The bad actor continues his action, and justice is not served. But you all gave it a wild ride, and I thank you very much for playing my game with me.
Now that's realism.
that oh, somebody else will have to play this game and win for us.
Yeah. Go to crit. Do it better.
Go to crit. Play better have better luck than we did.
Yeah. All right, gang. Chris, thanks so much.
Fantastic game. That was
Thank you,
very
and thank you for sticking it out. Thanks for everybody in chat, and you all are wonderful. I appreciate you all.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
I'm going to go to